We cannot have a very, very promising continent and our intra-trade is less than 16%. Okay, so we Africans will have to do it. If we are waiting for foreigners to come and do it, both the development of Africa, it's not going to happen.
What if I told you that one of the most feared symbols of French colonial dominance in Africa has just been reborn into one of the most ambitious Pan-African economic projects of our time? Yes, the same military base that once served as the stronghold of foreign power in Burkina Faso has now been transformed into a Pan-African trade center, a beating heart of commerce, innovation, and regional unity. This is not just a building project, this is history rewriting itself before our very eyes. Under the leadership of Captain Ibrahim, Burkina Faso is not only reclaiming its sovereignty, it is turning its scars into symbols of hope. Foreign flags that once flew over the compound are gone. Today, African flags line its entrance, welcoming traders from Ghana, Mali, Niger, Togo, and beyond. Instead of soldiers carrying rifles, you'll see farmers with goods, engineers with blueprints, and business leaders shaking hands. At Afrique Vibe News, we believe this story captures the true spirit of African resilience, the ability to turn oppression into opportunity, and military occupation into economic liberation. Stay tuned, because in this episode, we're diving deep into how Ibrahim made this transformation happen, why it's shaking the very foundations of Western influence in West Africa, and what this trade center means for the future of Pan-African economic independence. And trust me, by the end of this story, you'll understand why this single move could change the destiny of an entire continent. Before we celebrate this remarkable transformation, we have to understand what this base represented. Located on the outskirts of Ouagadougou, this military installation was one of the largest French army strongholds in West Africa. Built in the 1970s under the guise of security cooperation, it was in reality a strategic outpost to maintain French control over the Sahel. For decades, it housed foreign troops, military intelligence offices, and stockpiles of weapons. From here, decisions were made that shaped and in many cases destabilized Burkina Faso and its neighbors. To ordinary citizens, the base was more than just a physical space. It was a daily reminder that their country, though politically independent on paper, was still under the shadow of colonial influence. Soldiers patrolled the perimeter, local vendors were banned from entering, even the airspace above it was restricted. Worse still, the base was often accused of being a silent witness and sometimes an accomplice to the very instability it claimed to prevent. Rumors of covert operations, clandestine arms transfers, and political interference were whispered in markets and tea shops. When Captain Ibrahim came to power in 2022, one of his promises was clear: foreign military domination would end, and Burkina Faso would chart its own course. But few could have imagined that he would not just expel the French military. He would repurpose their fortress into a hub of African economic power. The first major shift came in early 2023, when the government gave the French troops 1 month to vacate the base. The decision was met with celebration in Ouagadougou. Crowds flooded the streets waving flags, chanting songs of sovereignty. By mid-March, the last French convoy rolled out. But here is where genius came in. He didn't let the facility fall into decay or turn it into just another government building. Instead, he saw economic opportunity. The base's location, strategically positioned between major highways leading to Mali, Niger, and Ghana, made it the perfect site for a regional trade center. Its vast warehouses could be converted into storage for agricultural exports. Its barracks could become office spaces for African entrepreneurs. Its parade grounds could be transformed into markets and exhibition halls. In a bold announcement, declared, this place once served foreign interests. From today, it will serve African interests. It will be a bridge for our farmers, our traders, our innovators. This is the new Burkina Faso. Immediately, plans were drawn for the Pan-African Trade Center of Ouagadougou, a multi-use economic hub designed to bring together producers, buyers, and investors from across the continent. Construction began in mid-2023. The old watchtowers were dismantled, their metal repurposed for market stalls. Concrete walls that once kept people out were replaced with open gates welcoming all African nations. The transformation was not just physical, it was symbolic. The once heavily guarded checkpoint now features a colorful archway decorated with Pan-African symbols and motifs of unity. The trade center includes International Market Hall, a vast indoor space where traders can sell cocoa from Côte d'Ivoire, gold jewelry from Mali, textiles from Ghana, shea butter from Burkina Faso, and electronics from Nigeria. Logistics hub, state-of-the-art storage facilities with cold rooms for perishable goods, allowing agricultural products to be preserved and shipped efficiently. Business incubation center, office spaces, meeting rooms, and mentorship programs for young African entrepreneurs. Pan-African Exhibition Arena, a venue for trade fairs, cultural festivals, and investment summits. Training institutes, former military classrooms now host workshops on trade law, business management, and export strategies. The project was funded through a combination of state investment, contributions from the Alliance of Sahel States (AES), the regional bloc of Mali, Niger, and Burkina Faso, and support from private African investors. Importantly, no Western loans were taken. Made it clear, we will not mortgage our future for foreign aid. Africa has the resources to build Africa. This decision has become a model for African economic self-reliance. The Pan-African Trade Center is more than a market, it's an economic engine. Within its first year, it's projected to facilitate over $500 million in intra-African trade, create 20,000 direct and indirect jobs, increase Burkina Faso's non-gold exports by 35%. For farmers in rural Burkina Faso, the center provides direct access to regional buyers without the need for costly middlemen. A mango farmer from Bobo Dioulasso can now sell directly to a supermarket chain in Accra or a juice manufacturer in Niamey. For manufacturers, it offers a platform to showcase products to buyers from across the continent. Textile producers from Kudugu are now sealing deals with boutique owners in Dakar and Lagos. The center has also become a training ground for young business leaders. Through partnerships with universities and business schools, it offers courses on cross-border trade, digital marketing, and product packaging. Perhaps the most powerful aspect of this transformation is its symbolism. By turning a former foreign military base into a hub for African trade, Burkina Faso is sending a loud and clear message. Africa will define its own destiny. The Pan-African flags at the entrance are not just decoration, they represent a vision of unity, where borders become bridges and trade replaces dependency. The center has also strengthened the Alliance of Sahel States (AES). Leaders from Mali, Niger, and Burkina Faso have visited the site, pledging to replicate the model in their own countries. For many Africans, the trade center stands as a physical reminder that sovereignty is not just political, it is economic. Of course, the road ahead won't be without challenges. Logistical issues such as poor road infrastructure, bureaucratic red tape, and inconsistent border policies could hinder growth. Some Western media have also tried to paint the project as unsustainable or politically motivated, but the government remains undeterred. Burkina Faso is already negotiating with Ghana, Togo, and Benin for streamlined customs agreements. Digital trade platforms are being developed to link the center's database with regional buyers. In just a short time, Captain Ibrahim has achieved something extraordinary. He has transformed a fortress of foreign domination into a gateway for African prosperity. The Pan-African Trade Center is more than bricks and mortar. It is a declaration that Africa will no longer wait for permission to grow, that the continent can turn its history of struggle into a future of opportunity. At Afrique Vibe News, we'll keep following this story as it unfolds, because this is not just Burkina Faso's victory, it's Africa's.